An optional damper pedal, sometimes called a sustain pedal, can be plugged into the damper input on the back of the microstation. It acts like a damper pedal on an acoustic piano. When you hold down the pedal, notes will continue to sustain even when you lift your hands off of the keyboard. If you have a damper pedal, go ahead and connect it now. It plugs into the back where it says damper pedal switch. Damper pedals can have two different polarities. If yours is different than the Korg polarity, it will do the reverse. The notes will sustain when you don't press down on the pedal. This can be adjusted in global media mode. I'll show you how that's done. Even if your pedal is working correctly or you don't actually have a damper pedal, follow along. In the process, we'll cover how to navigate the editing pages of the microstation. Press the Global Media Mode button. Notice the arrows on the screen. These tell you that there are more pages, parameters, or commands in those directions. In your mind, think of the main editing pages as a vertical column on the left, and off to the right of each of those pages are more pages, parameters, and commands that can be adjusted. Use the down button to access controllers. Again, notice the arrows on the screen showing there are more main edit pages up and down. Going to the right will access the controller's commands, so press the right button. There are more edit pages relating to controllers in the down direction, but since it is already on pedal switch, press the right button again to access the pedal switch commands. Here we can change the type of pedal from damper to a switch or a pedal. Leave it on damper and press the down button to access the next parameter, polarity. Press the right button to get to -Korg. Notice that there is now a solid arrow on the screen pointing up. This means you can change the value or selection by going in that direction. Press the up button and the polarity changes to plus. If this is what you need, then leave it there. If you weren't having a problem with your damper pedal, then press the down button to return the polarity to -Korg. The damper polarity, along with other global parameters such as master tuning, etc., is saved in memory. So even though you've changed the polarity, it will return to the original polarity when you turn the microstation off and on. So we need to save the global settings. Press the left button 3 times. And press the down button 2 times to get to right global page. Press the right button. The screen asks you to confirm the command. Press the right button. Done. Now go back to program mode. The real-time controls consist of 4 knobs and 2 buttons, select and external. You can use the real-time controls to apply modulation to sounds, control the tone, control the arpeggiator, or even control an external MIDI device. The knobs have 3 modes, A, B, and C. Use the select button to choose which mode you want. Let's start with mode A. In this mode, the function of the knobs is fixed and will always do the same thing from program to program. They control filter cutoff, which is like the brightness of the sound, resonance. Hear how the sound starts to resonate? E.g. intensity, which controls brightness and the shape of the sound. This is more noticeable with the filter cutoff at a lower setting. And release, how long the note sustains after you release the key. In A mode, the center position, 12 o'clock, is always the original setting. Turning the knob to the right increases and to the left decreases. When mode B is selected, The 4 knobs are completely user assignable and do different things from program to program. However, knob 4 usually controls the amount of ambient effect like reverb or delay. Knob 3 usually controls the amount of modulation effect like chorus, phaser, and so on. Knobs 1 and 2 will modify the sound in some way. It may be different from program to program. Just try it and see. The center position is usually the original setting in B mode, but it can also be all the way to the left or right. In mode C, the knobs control the arpeggiator. Turn on the arp and press latch so you don't need to hold the notes down on the keyboard. Knob 1 controls arp gate, the length of the notes. Knob 2, arp velocity, the volume and brightness of the notes. Knob 3, arp swing, changing the rhythm from straight to a swing feel. And knob 4, tempo. Turn off the arp. The tempo knob adjusts the overall tempo of the entire microstation. For example, the arpeggiator, the sequencer songs, etc. However, separate tempos are saved with each program, combination, and song. Due to the nature of the arpeggiator knobs, the original setting isn't always center, right, or left. You'll have to use your own creativity sense, or of course, select the program again to reset it. The external button allows you to control external MIDI gear or music software with the knobs. For example, using the knobs to adjust the track levels in your digital audio workstation software. We won't be covering that here. Information on this can be found in the operations guide. The effects section is an important part of each program. You can have 5 insert effects, 2 master effects, and 1 total effect at one time. We'll go into detail of how the effects section works later in the sequencer chapter of this video, but I want to show you one thing. Select Program 14 in the keyboard category. Hold a note. Hear that motion? This is using an effect that simulates the rotary speaker often used with an organ. The microstation effects are dynamically controllable. For example, we saw how the knobs could be used to add more reverb effect. The rotary speaker speed can be controlled in real time too. Push the joystick forward once. No need to hold it. Hear it speed up? Now push it forward again, and the speed slows down. All this real-time control makes the microstation a very expressive instrument.